This year marks the release of Studio Wildcard's Ark 2, and we're eager to explore this new dinosaur survival game and everything it has to offer. The eagerly anticipated follow-up to one of the greatest survival games ever made, in my opinion. It's almost here, and based on what we've seen so far, our patience will be rewarded. And that is if the developer decides to reveal a specific release date. We've had our expectations skyrocketing since the announcement 4 years ago, and that was when Vin Diesel revealed that he'll be joining a part of the project as the executive producer, as well expected to play a major role in Ark 2's narrative. With the new Souls-like melee combat, it's something that Ark 2 is known to have, and Doug Kennedy, the CEO of Wildcard, has gone as far to say something which has never been done in video games before. Definitely sign me up for everything. Now, even though the release date is still far off, we have a ton of new information that we can cover about Ark 2, so drop a like on this video, and now let's deep dive into the world of Ark 2. So 2020 saw the release of the first Ark 2 trailer during the Game Awards, although Studio Wildcard has since confirmed that the development has shifted to the Unreal Engine 5. The Ark 2 reveal trailer was entirely captured in-engine. There also isn't much gameplay in this reveal trailer, but it does establish the mood of the upcoming sandbox, some features, some well-known people who are joining the production, and also some other cool things that we can anticipate in Ark 2 when it eventually launches. The game's narrative, which takes place in a world long after a significant battle. Every day is a struggle in a world filled with dinosaurs, of course, but fortunately, Vin Diesel's character and his daughter are prepared with their very own pet T-Rex, even complete with bone armor. In Ark 2, Vin Diesel will play as Santiago, the main character and hero. For those who are not familiar with the overall plot of the series, Santiago is a replica of Santiago da Costa, a player character in Ark Survival Evolved. And when the character crosses over to the upcoming Ark animated series, which first aired last month in March, Studio Wildcard promised that we will learn more about him. Now, speaking about Vin Diesel, he is now the president in creative convergence over at Studio Wildcard, which kind of explains his involvement. Now, we have no idea what that actually means, but according to Microsoft, the Fast and Furious actor is an enormous fan of the series and has played Ark Survival Evolved for over 1,000 hours. Doug Kennedy, the CEO of Wildcard Studios, he claims that Vin Diesel is making an effective use of his background, saying he understands the game intimately and is providing direct feedback to the development process. Now, speaking of development, Studio Wildcard has yet to confirm if there will actually be an early access period for Ark 2. It is important to consider the developer's track record in this regard. In 2015, Ark Survival Evolved was initially made available through the Xbox Game Preview program, and Studio Wildcard was able to obtain valuable feedback from the Xbox One players, and that information was used to launch the game in 2017. Considering that Microsoft Gaming and Studio Wildcard have remained close partners, one of the first titles to be enhanced on the Xbox One X in 2017, as well as the Xbox Series X in 2021, was Ark Survival Evolved. It's been a mainstay in the Xbox Game Pass collection since 2019, and it's likely that the Xbox Game Preview program will be involved once more in Ark 2's early access. It's also worth noting that Studio Wildcard and Microsoft Gaming did announce that the game will be available on the Xbox Series X at launch. Additionally, Ark 2 will be added to the Xbox Game Pass roster right away. For the PC players that are waiting to play Ark 2, it's by far one of the most anticipated upcoming PC games of 2024, but will it be coming to the PS5? That's the big question. Although Ark 2 is only mentioned as a console launch exclusive for the Xbox Series X, developer Studio Wildcard has not responded to questions whether the game will be released on the PlayStation 5. It follows that Ark 2 will launch on the PC and the Xbox Series X for a limited period of time, and that's before making its way to the other platforms, hopefully including the PS5. Ark Survival Evolved was a huge hit on the PlayStation 4, so it wouldn't be shocking if the Xbox exclusivity period ended and the sequel made its way to the PlayStation 5 sooner rather than later. And speaking of the PlayStation 5, I wanted to let you guys know that we're actually giving one away at 80,000 subscribers. If you want to win, all you have to do to enter is subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Like this video and also tweet me proof that you're actually subscribed, and we will be picking a winner at 80,000 subscribers. All this information will be in the pinned comment of this video. The story of Ark 2 and the 5th and final DLC expansion for Ark Survival Evolved, Genesis Part 2, was released in 2021. The Ark 2 story takes place on an unidentified alien planet after the events of this pack. Even though Studio Wildcard hasn't revealed much about Ark 2's plot, the conclusion of Genesis Part 2 gives us some ideas what might actually be revealed. We know that the Genesis ship was split in two, which takes place on a massive colony ship that comes to an end, while the other half in Rockwell's tainted ring world is a dormant planet in space. The first half of the ship crashes into a gas planet towards the end of Genesis Part 2. We also witness the emergence of one of Santiago's clones from stasis, and that was precisely when they were launched from the wreckage of the Genesis ship into the planet that resembles Earth. That is most likely the planet that Ark 2 will take place on. Now, we do know the planet's name is called Arat, and we'll be exploring the the natural and unnatural occurrences that are always happening around the game's world, walking through a mysterious, chaotic world where the native flora and fauna are being overrun by an invasive primal creatures from this extinct Earth. Now, touching on the Ark 2 gameplay, while we haven't seen any actual gameplay for Ark 2, developer Studio Wildcard has begun to hint at what exactly we can expect. Things have changed a little from Ark 2's original plan to be a survival sandbox experience, much like the predecessor. There will be some noticeable differences between Ark 1 and Ark 2. First of all, the melee combat in the game will be reminiscent to a Souls-like. You'll be able to target lock, block, dodge, execute combos, staggers, and even perform special attacks. My initial thought is closer to Conan Exiles, which the combat in Conan Exiles is very fluid, and I think it would be a very nice change of pace for Ark. Additionally, strict third-person mechanics and character traversal systems, some like sliding, swinging, free climbing, mantling, parkouring, they will be heavily emphasized in Ark 2. Now, talking about the release date news and everything we know about the release of Ark 2, with the anticipation regarding the release date of Ark 2 and the latest development brings both excitement and a tinge of disappointment, Studio Wildcard has announced yet another delay, pushing the highly awaited sequel launch date to late 2024. This decision comes after a careful consideration and reflects of the studio's commitment to delivering a game that exceeds expectations in terms of quality and the player experience. In December 2023, hopes were high when the support studio Snail Games confirmed that Ark 2 remained on track for a late 2024 release, and Studio Wildcard addressed this delay in a transparent, heartfelt community post, acknowledging that this announcement may bring some disappointment to many fans, but they did emphasize their dedication to improving the game. They stated to the end of 2024, marking the new target release window for Ark 2. But as the countdown to late 2024 begins, with each new delay comes the hope that the extra time invested will result in a better product, and I really hope Studio Wildcard gets this right. I really want this game to be a statement to the gaming community, and please do not have the disastrous launch like Atlas. We need this game to be perfect. You guys have had plenty of time. Let's get some new trailers on it as well. Like, we're ready to see the game. The final thing that I wanted to cover was for the modding community. The Ark modding community is huge. I'm actually just beating Primal Fear again. Right now, I'm actually on the Demonic Reaper Empress, but that's a side note. So as a part of the E3 2022 announcements, Studio Wildcard also confirmed that Ark 2 will support user-generated content and cross-platform mods from Mod.io. This means that it will make it possible for mods and user-generated content to work both on PC and Xbox platforms. They went on by saying that Ark 2's fully stackable user-created mods will open the door for players to generate new dinosaurs, creatures, items, gameplay features, maps distributed across all platforms, including onto the Xbox, and support modded servers via mod.io. So some awesome information on the future of Ark 2. A lot of hype to live up to. Time will only tell if Wildcard can pull it off a second time. But that's going to wrap it up with today's video. Let me know in the comment section if you're excited for Ark 2. Do you think Ark 2 is still on track to release in late 2024? Let me know below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This has been Zach. I'll catch you in the next one.